Hello and welcome to all of my beautiful Sagittariuses out there. If you are Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, this is your upcoming tarot reading for the month of September. And in case anybody is curious, I am using the Tarot of the Sacred Feminine today for all of you beautiful Sacred Feminine Sagittariuses out there. All right, let's see what the cards have in store. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands and the Six of Wands upright. Right there. Wands is it's fire energy, so kind of at home here. And then we have the Six and the Nine of Pentacles reverse. And then on the bottom of the deck, we had the Knight of Wands reversed as well. So there's the sense of celebration and reverence for this new journey you guys are approaching or about to go on. There's excitement, there's support from the community around you as well for this newness. But at the same time, there's a sense that you are unfulfilled with it. It's almost like you're doing this because of the feeling you get of admiration from others and the celebration from others, rather than the sense of joy and fulfillment it gives you internally. And because of that, it's a very selfish energy here. You're not being generous with the situation or the opportunity, and you're kind of just like stumbling into it blind. But even as you're stumbling into it, there's like a lack of excitement for what's coming. There's a lack of excitement, at least internally. At least internally. It feels like you're doing this because you feel like you need to appease others. And I wonder why that is. Let's get some clarifiers there. Yeah, whatever. It's definitely like a new venture, a new journey, a new inspiration, a new idea. That's what that Two of Wands represents. And the six is the celebration, but it's these reverse cards that's like it's not yourself feeling this, but it's almost like you feel like you have it's like you're trying to prove a point, or you really like the admiration you're getting for starting this new venture, but there's no sense of fulfillment internally. And because it doesn't connect with who you are internally, there's not going to be a lot of growth or like abundance or stability that this new venture is going to give to you. Like it feels very much like you're only doing this to appease your own ego because you like how people feel about you doing this thing, which is not very, that's not really much, you're not really in your nature, Sagittarius. It's not in your nature at all to do things because of how others feel, which is why it's why. Can we get some clarification here? And again, this Knight of Wands reverse is just like there's no sense of urgency for it. There's no excitement, there's no inspiration, there's nothing. But you feel you have to go on this, or at least contemplate going on this new journey, taking on this new venture. Maybe it's like a new job offering or something, which could be why the pentacles are there. But like the energy I'm getting from this is like I'll use turning 26 as an example. Like you had a job as I use my life for example. You had a job as a nanny for a really, really long time and you loved it and you were doing great, but nannying doesn't offer the benefits. So your parents come in and they're like, "Oh, you're 26 now, like you need to get a new job, you need benefits, you need health insurance, you need this, you need that." And you find a job that's like actually absolutely perfect. If you were going to go into the corporate world, this is the kind of job you'd want, but you don't care about it at all. You're doing it because you know it'll appease and make your parents be quiet and get off your back. And, you don't even care about the benefits. You don't care about the job itself. You're doing this to prevent yourself from having to hear people yap in your ear about the necessity of it anymore. And so, with all that said, and as I'm saying that, we had the Six of Cups on the bottom after all these cards came out, which is like very much reminiscent energy. You're really thinking about where you've been in the past and how much that connected deeply with your soul, with who you are, with what you love, with your inspirations, your passions, your everything. And so that's preventing you from like falling headfirst into this new venture as well because you're like there I don't feel any of that for this. And this is something that it's like again, you're doing this to appease other. Magician reversed is you're giving your power away to the other by even contemplating taking on this new venture. It's something that does not connect with you at all. There's no resourcefulness in it. There's no passion. There's no energy. There's no magic to it. What is this? 13 and death. So there is a transformation that I think needs to occur. And another Pentacles reverse. What is this one? Is that the King or the Queen? That's the Queen of Pentacles reverse. So yeah, this new thing, this new thing is not going to offer any semblance of stability for you. It's not going to offer fulfillment or safety or protection or resources. It's like, and it's because it's not aligned with who you are as a person. We also have the Queen of Swords upright. So while you're doing this, it's like there's a sense of like mental, what's that word I want? Like mental awareness of the fact that this is not for you. But it's almost like you're just like, whatever, whatever, I don't care. I just need to do this to shut everybody else up. I just need to do this to get to this point. I just need to do this to get the benefits. I just need to do this for fill in the blank reason. And death always offers a transformation. Death is always a card that says things will be changing for you. But in this case, like if you pursue this thing, it's not going to be a transformation that's going to be resourceful or beneficial or positive for you. So I think in this month of September, it's going to be a time of contemplation. It's going to be a time of really trying to put yourself first. Because what I'm getting here, this new thing has not started. It's something that you've been thinking about starting. It's something we're going towards. Again, it could be a new venture, new project. It could be a new job opportunity. Probably not a new relationship. That's not what I'm seeing here because it's more of like a personal thing. But it hasn't begun yet. It has not begun. And so maybe this death card can mean two different things. It's quite literally the death of your spirit if you go towards this new thing. And despite all of your mental awareness telling you this is not for me, I'm only doing this to make other people stop telling me what to do. I'm only doing this so people can get off my back finally and just let me live. But that's the caveat is you're not going to be able to live with this because it does not connect with who you are deeply. So that's one side of the death card. It's like literally death of the spirit, at least temporarily while you pursue this thing until you inevitably are like, no, I need to quit. I need to leave. I need to XYZ fill in the blank. Or you could treat this death card as like a coming omen of saying like maybe it's time to transform your priorities, your mindset. Maybe it's time to approach life with more optimism in saying like I don't need to what's the word? Sacrifice. I don't need to sacrifice my values and my inspiration and my spirit and my soul and my passions just to make a quick buck, just to have like a foundation, just to get benefits. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. There's a magic that happens when you approach life with an understanding that if I follow my passions, if I stay in alignment with who I truly am, my morals, my values, then I I have the opportunity to create success through that. And that's where that magic is. It's a big leap of faith and it's ignoring everybody else that's worried about you because you know that what you're doing is going to be what's meant for you. And it might take some time to get there, but it's better to struggle for a short period of time and find your passion and live in alignment with yourself than to just swallow everything, your pride, your opinion, your emotions and just say, "Fine, I'll just take this opportunity because it's available." Even though I hate it, even though it doesn't connect with me as a person, even though XYZ fill in the blank, there's no growth to that. It's a dead end job that you're gonna end up quitting or getting laid off from. It's a project that you're only saying yes to because your best friend is the creator and they hammered you about needing the assistance for it. I think September is really going to be a month where you need to reevaluate your priorities and the ways that you're not putting yourself first, which again is not very like it's not in your nature as a Sagittarius to ever ever given to somebody else's will. So I feel like maybe for a while you guys have been out of alignment. You have not been connecting with who you are. And because of that, that's why the situation is presenting itself. It's almost like a test where it's like universe is playing tricks. They're like, okay, like let's see what she does. Is she going to continue to stay out of alignment and appease others and move through her ego that just wants everybody to shut up? Or is she going to take the lead and trust her intuition and connect with her passions and follow her excitement and her inspiration? Because as Sagittarius is, you guys need expansion. You need growth. Jupiter is the planet that rules Sagittarius, which is all about that luck. It's all about trusting yourself and the world. It's all about being open to the experience and letting the experience bring you the opportunities. It's a magnetizing energy where you don't seek it out. You don't need to do anything in order to bring that energy to you. The only thing you need to be doing is being radically yourself and connecting with new experiences that ignite that passion and that excitement and that inspiration. So as I was saying that, and it's funny because it flipped up and down a couple times. So I guess this could be a split message for this collective. We had the devil. When it came out, it was sideways, but slightly reversed. And then I picked it up and then it was upright. And then I was moving it around and it was reversed. So I'll explain both sides of this because I think both are relevant here. And it's like the two different paths that you can take. So, if you do choose to go with this venture that, again, does not have anything to do with you, you'll be letting your tendency towards like your unresourceful habits, your addictions, your self-sabotaging nature to be in the driver's seat, to have control of your life. Where the reverse message is the opposite of that. It's you're finally releasing those self-sabotaging habits, those, that need for escapism, that sense of the unresourceful things that you're doing over and over again to no avail. You're finally learning the lesson that this does not fulfill me, and I just feel like I'm imprisoned when I do these kinds of things. So maybe let's start to bring awareness to those tendencies and those habits, release them so I can finally move forward and be more connected to myself. And as I was saying, the upright definition, I dropped it by accident and it fell out reverse. So I think you guys are leaning more towards this. You're leaning more towards releasing that that I don't want to say fear, it's not the right word, but that what it apparently fear wants to come out. You're releasing that fear of like, and it's not even fear that you feel internally, it's fear that's been conditioned and programmed into you, causing you to believe these things, causing you to think that like, oh, if I don't get this job, then I'm not gonna be able to afford food, for example. Release those fears and trust. Trust. Sagittarius is you guys have a built-in connection to Jupiter. And Jupiter is all about the growth and expansion. It's also very karmic, but as long as you are being authentic and connecting to your authentic loudness and beauty and excitement and that pull towards new experiences, as long as you're connecting to that, Jupiter loves you for that because Jupiter loves expansion and growth and bringing newness into life. So the more you tap into that side of yourself, the more Jupiter will favor you and help you out along your journey. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to have this fear that's stuck in your mind saying like, I can't, I won't, I shan't, XYZ. And as I was saying that, the world came out on the bottom, the world card. So it's quite literally like all of your manifestations, all of your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, your wants, desires is waiting for you on the other side of you being able to release these bad habits, you being able to release the fear, the fear, release it, the trepidation, release it. And again, that transformation can be your best or worst enemy here. And it's up to you. It's up to you to decide which way you're going to go. And I feel like you've been getting these synchronicities, you've been getting this message in so many different flavors. Ever since this opportunity came to fruition, you've been getting this message so many different ways. But it's like you've been trying to ignore it because you think like this is the logical choice. And again, it's so I can't emphasize this enough. This whole reading is just so against your nature, Sagittarius. It's so against your nature. So I want to like hug you and be like, who programmed this lie into your psyche that you have to live the boring, mundane 9 to 5 life in order to have like a decent existence. You guys are meant to grow and go beyond the status quo. You guys are leaders in your own right, and you're leaders by showing people that you don't need to follow the rules all the time. Like as long as you're having fun and expanding your horizons, meeting new people, offering new experiences, that's how you guys lead is by showing the way and showing people that life can be fun and you can be successful by having fun. It doesn't always have to be like this intense, serious thing. Let's see if any other cards want to come out. Like, I feel like I'm even giving this reading somberly because, like, I feel like usually with Sagittarius readings, it's like, because you guys are very much like, you don't take a lot of stuff seriously, but I feel like this has been a time in your life where you have had to take things more seriously because somebody told you, like, you can't just clown around and have a successful life. But for Sagittarius, like, that might be true for Capricorn, for example, but it's like you guys are different. You guys are different. So whoever told you this, they don't understand and they might have like a very linear way of living. For Sagittarius as a mutable sign, and with Gemini as your sister sign, you guys are both here to be messy. And I mean that in the best way. You're both here to be nonlinear. I personally love how that happened as I'm talking about how you're here to be messy and nonlinear and go 18 different directions at once. Sagittarius says, you guys are here to pull back the veil and be like, it doesn't have to be just this one thing. It doesn't have to be one dimensional. It can be what is beyond that. It can be growth. It can be expansion. It can be seeing behind, the masks. It can be seeing behind the masks. And you guys do that through joking, through laughter, through joviality. So reconnect with that jovialness, reconnect with the excitement, reconnect with what you do to have fun. Just reconnect with it all and recognize, I won't even tell you what to do, but really, really take your time to reflect on this opportunity presenting itself now. Really take your time to reflect and decide if it's right for you. And if it's not, say thanks, but no thanks, and then trust, follow that divine spark, follow that excitement, follow that inspiration that you feel within, and let the universe lead the way to that next opportunity that will offer you that financial stability and that, the benefits that your parents or community is looking for you. Or, it'll offer everything they want and even more of what you want as well. So it's like divine balance there. You're taking your power back in that case. That was brilliant. Really use September to reflect. Really use September to reconnect with what you love, with your passions, with what you're here to do on this earth, and allow this transformation to be resourceful and positive. Because it's happening. It's happening no matter what. So, are you going to let it work for you, with you, or against you? I'm excited to see what October brings for you guys. But in the meantime, all love, baby. All love.